Oh, what's up, my YouTube family? It is Trace Face. Just getting out of work here, and I gotta go. I gotta go make something for. I'm going to my neighbor's wedding tomorrow night, and she got married a year ago, and she is having a little celebration. Not a little; it's actually a lot of people. Uh, Now, a year later, hello. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, so a year later, she's having her big celebration, so I'm going to make something for it. And yeah, this weekend's going to be crazy. I'm going to be working all day tomorrow, and then I'm going to go right from work, I think, to the wedding. I think is how I'm going to plan it. And I'm watching her cats and I'm watching my cats, and so I got a lot going on this weekend, but I got cut early tonight, which is good. And so I can come home and make my appetizers that I'm bringing tomorrow. So I was thinking about several of the people I'm working with. As usual, I'm always thinking about stuff. And I'm glad you guys are around. Yay! And I'm thinking about what we need to do. Yeah, well, let's hope that the live stream doesn't continue the obnoxious BS that it was doing, that it's been doing. Let's say a prayer that that doesn't happen tonight. I really hope it doesn't do the spinning of the wheel. And if that's the case, I might have to look into getting a different wireless setup for myself in here, because I think that could be what's going on, unfortunately. Um, guys, I want to share with you, first of all, I want to say thank you so very much to Darlene for your contribution to my channel today, and to Heidi, your contribution to my channel, I think it was 4 or 5 days ago. Thank you so much, you guys, for your contributions, because it's really, you know, I it really helps me. I needed to get a new laptop to be able to do what it is I want to do on this channel. And I have a lot of, things that I'm working on that I want to incorporate into this channel. These contributions, you guys have no idea how much that helps me. And I came out of work tonight and I have 3 people interested in signing up. So I'm so thankful that you guys are signing up with me. You're joining groups, you're doing the groups, and you're donating, you're contributing to my channel. This is all helping me out so much. Um, Thank you so much. I really, from the bottom of my heart, I can't say it enough that it really is helping me. And it's helping me keep going with this. So as I'm thinking about all of you guys, and I'm thinking about ways that we're going to stop narcissism. As I said before, I think about this every day, like how we're going to put an end to this treacherous thing happening in our society, all around us, everywhere we turn, it seems, right? Um, I'm thinking about those of you that and I've been working with people from all age groups, which is amazing, from 16 years old to 78 years old, and thank you guys. And so I'm seeing a lot, from that expansion of age and what people are going through and what people are experiencing and how people are feeling right after going through this. So having seen that and having worked with you folks and having read your comments and and your stories that you share down below in the comments and the things that you email me, you know, I am coming to some conclusions here, and I want to share those with you guys this evening. Um, Hello. Oh, you guys are all on with me, all the way from Australia, from all the way across the world. This is just so crazy this is crazy. I love it. I love it. Um, all right. The first thing I want to say this evening is, please, no matter what age you are, no matter what age you are, uh, don't lose sight of the fact that it's never, ever too late to turn your life around. Never lose sight of that. I don't care, we're all in this together, you guys. We are all in this together. What has happened to us, what we've experienced, what we have gone through, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. No one deserves this kind of suffering, and no one has to go through it, okay? I want to remind you guys about Ahab and Jezebel in the Bible. For those of you that don't know that story, it's a great story that I would encourage all of you to read about. The fact of the matter is that Jezebel was able to be Jezebel because Ahab allowed her to be, all right? And because Ahab allowed her to do the things that she got away with and be the person she was and be that seductress and be that awful individual, he was letting her go on. He was letting her go on with this abusive behavior, and he didn't want to start arguments, and he just wanted to let her go and be who she is. And that is why she continued to be who she is. All right? So I just want you guys to understand that I don't care what age you are. You have options. You do not have to experience abuse. You do not have to go through abuse. You do not have to, you have to get off the ride. Someone has got to get off the merry-go-round, because that's all it's doing. You keep a person like this in your life, this is where your life's going. Around and around and around and around. And unfortunately, excuse me, I have stomach issues. So, yes, yeah, exactly, Arthur. Jezebel, that was her karma. Mauled by dogs. I know, I talked about this in another one of my videos. So, as I'm watching a lot of folks, they're, as they're getting older, they're getting desensitized, you guys. They're getting very desensitized to what has happened to them. All right? And they're getting to the point where, I know, I'm a pig here burping in the... so they're getting to the point where they're kind of numb to what's happened to them, and they're kind of almost like, well, it's not as bad as the first one or the second one. At least this one isn't doing this, that, and the other thing. And as I'm the listener, I'm the outsider, right? In our sessions, and I'm listening to what's going on, I can clearly see that no, this abuse is just as horrid. It's just as horrific. But I know that a lot of you are in survival mode. You are trying to do whatever it is that you can possibly do to survive. So you're dealing with things. You're trying to figure out your exit plan, and like I said before, a lot of the times, you guys, yeah, exactly, it is psychological abuse. And a lot of the times, it boils down to things like your stuff. You don't want to move your stuff. You don't want to have to be uncomfortable for a while. You don't want to have to look at apartments. You don't want to have to go back to renting again. And all these things kind of play into the picture, right? And now you feel even more stuck, because as you stop to go over all your options with yourself, you're like, oh God, that option sucks, that option sucks, that option sucks. But what it boils down to also is that it's going to be uncomfortable for a little bit of time. And a lot of us don't want to have to put ourselves through that. So a lot of us sit around and tolerate this kind of abuse, right? Well, again, all that's doing is just perpetuating the merry-go-round. There goes the merry-go-round, and here it goes, and here it goes, and here it goes. And as time goes on, the narcissist just gets worse and worse and worse, and seemingly so do you. Guys, I'm ashamed very ashamed to admit this, but yeah, I was doing things that were so, looking back, I can't even believe it. I was turning into a liar and a sneak. I was lying about how much alcohol I was drinking. I was sneaking the alcohol, hiding it. That's what I turned into. Just like him, a sneak and a liar. All right? And at the time I was like, well, I was justifying my behavior. I got to do something. I got to do something to get me through this hard time. I can't stand what's going on here. I've buried everything in the sand, and I feel stuck and I feel trapped, and I don't want to deal with him. I don't want to deal with his behavior. I don't want to, I don't want to know what's next. I don't know what's coming next. I don't want this terrorism. Maybe if I'm drunk all the time and I'm numb to it, I won't care one way or another. I mean, that was my thought process, you guys. Horrible. And the same thing was happening to me at the end of my second relationship with the second narcissist I was with. I was drinking too much. I mean, that's a clear indication that something's very wrong when you feel like you need to do that. So it's important that we talk about this, you guys. It's important that we talk about how they are ruining you in the process. And even being numb to their behaviors, even being numb to that, they're ruining who you are and what you deserve and what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate. They're ruining that. There's got to be a point in time, you guys, where you have to look in the mirror too and say, all right, enough is enough. I don't like you. I don't like who you've become. This is not you. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let another year go by that I'm going to allow this to continue. I mean, that's what you got to say to yourself. Like, no more. I'll do whatever it is I have to do to take care of myself and get myself back. This is a fight for your life. These people will take away your life. They will get you so desperate, so depressed, so anxious, so sick. They will bring you bad things in your life, you guys, to the point that you just want to give up. Yeah, they're going to buy you the alcohol. Of course they want to see you sick. It's perfect for them. That's a reason for them to go out and cheat. My wife's a drunk. We don't communicate. We don't have sex. I mean, are you kidding? I'm sure that's what my ex was saying. Whatever. I don't really care what he was telling all the floozies he was trying to screw during our fake fraudulent marriage. It doesn't matter at this point, but it's got to get to that point, you guys, where you have to see it for what it is. All right? There's no saving these people. I'm really sorry. They have to want to save themselves. They have to be the ones to do it. And you, as a good person that really is not there to hurt them, you were there initially to bring them joy and happiness and peace, and you wanted, you thought you were in love, and you thought this person was your ride or die. You thought this person was your soulmate, right? And so when you realized that things were what they really were, and you really didn't want to believe it, I mean, it's the truth. Unfortunately, it's the cold, hard truth. And at that very point in time, it's time to walk away. You can pray for people until the cows come home. But you can't pray for someone that's not praying for those very same things for themselves. You can do that from afar. And you can always wish that the person found Jesus and found deliverance or got saved from the life they're living. But you can't be the one to solely be doing that in the hopes that it's going to happen with you, because you're hurting yourself. It's self-destructive. And you're hurting yourself. So someone's got to get off the ride, guys. All right? Yeah, look at Judas. Look at Judas in the Bible. You want to talk about narcissistic behavior, right? We read about all these characters. And the other thing I want to say in this video, you guys, this is a huge realization I've come to before, but it hits me all the time randomly. There are two masters by which one can serve. That is it. Every single day, every single decision that you make, it's one of two people that you are serving. That's it. Think about it. You know, it's so taboo nowadays to talk about sinning. Oh, no one wants to talk about being a sinner and what that looks like. No one even talks about the 10 Commandments. I bet you know that you're not even familiar with what the 10 Commandments are. But I'm going to tell you this. If you look at what the 10 Commandments say, you look it up, you read about the 10 Commandments, you crack open that Bible, there is no other way by which to live. I'm sorry. Those 10 Commandments are it. No, and no one's going to tell me that that's not the truth. That's the truth. You know? And we live in a society right now that, yeah, people are just, excuses are made for bad behavior. Labels are slapped on people for bad behavior. You know, it's all right. You want to go out into the world and treat people like, you know, like they're just disposable. You want to be married and go off and, you know, and get laid at a strip club and go on your bachelor party to an Asian spa. That's cool. And have sex, do illegal prostitution on your bachelor party. Hey, that's cool. No problem. That's your bachelor party. It's your last chance to get laid, son. That's the world we live in. And then you got all the cronies encouraging the behavior. Yeah, it's cool. I know you love her. You still love her. Yeah, that's what my ex-husband did to me. Found that out. 3 years later. That's what he did on his bachelor party. Had I known that, had I have had that information, I would have never. As God knows my heart, I would have called off the wedding and I would have never, ever walked down the aisle had I known that. They don't just give you happy endings at Asian spas. I was born, but I was not born yesterday. So, there are so many more things that happen and stories I could tell that are sick and disgusting and humiliating. And he chalked it all up to excuses and reasons for it, and this didn't happen, and years later, maybe this happened, maybe this didn't happen, the story's always changed. Horrible. Horrible. You're a horrible, horrible person for what you did to me and to my family and my friends. And I know I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I know that many of you, we don't even know the half of it. How do you like that part, guys? How do you like that part? We know the tidbits that we know. And they're running around high as a kite with what they got away with. That gives them a high. That gives them fuel. That actually allows them to go to sleep at night. So, as we're all trying to heal from this kind of horrible, horrible abuse, and you're trying to wrap your head around it, they're evil. And yes, you have to feel lucky. Exactly. You have to feel lucky that you left. You have to feel lucky that you have a chance to get your life back. And even though the most crucial childbearing, sorry guys, it seems like it's after like 20 minutes it starts doing it. I guess that's my cue. I was just trying to say that even though we don't want to believe it, and we're trying to get our life back, we have to believe it. We have to understand that we do have another opportunity. We have another chance to get our life back. And we need to take that opportunity. You know, and even though those years were taken away from me, that's okay. I'm going to have another, there's another plan God has for me, right? And that's the way we have to think about all of it. There's a reason that it happened to us. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but there is a reason for everything. And I do believe that. So, I hope that this video hits some of you where it should. I hope that you make the right decisions for yourself. And I will reiterate before I end this video, I will reiterate to all of you, you do not deserve this kind of abuse. You deserve to be in freedom and peace and love, joy, and happiness each and every day of your life. No one should be taking that away from you. No one has the right to steal that from you. You do not stick with people like that. You walk away from them. Let them stick with their own kind and get the hell away from them. Always. Get them out of your life. For once and for all. I am Traceface, and you know, it is time we all face the truth together.